Letter 134 by Charles Lamb. Mary Lamb to Dorothy Wordsworth, P.M. May 7, 1805. My dear Miss Wordsworth, I thank you, my kind friend, for your most comfortable letter. Till I saw your own handwriting, I could not persuade myself that I should do well to write to you, though I have often attempted it, but I always left off dissatisfied with what I had written, and feeling that I was doing an improper thing to intrude upon your sorrow. I wish to tell you that you would one day feel the kind of peaceful state of mind and sweet memory of the dead which you so happily describe as now almost begun. But I felt that it was improper and most grating to the feelings of the afflicted to say to them that the memory of their affliction would in time become a constant part not only of their dream, but of their most wakeful sense of happiness. That you would see every object with and through your lost brother, and that would at last become a real and everlasting source of comfort to you, I felt, and well knew from my own experience in sorrow. But till you yourself began to feel this, I did not dare tell you so, but I send you some poor lines which I wrote under this conviction of mind, and before I heard Coleridge was returning home. I will transcribe them now before I finish my letter, lest a false shame prevent me then, for I know they are much worse than they ought to be, written as they were with strong feeling and on such a subject. Every line seems to me to be borrowed, but I had no better way of expressing my thoughts, and I never have the power of altering or amending anything I have once laid aside with dissatisfaction. Why is he wandering on the sea? Coleridge should now with Wordsworth be. By slow degrees he'd steal away their woe, and gently bring a ray, so happily he'd time relief, of comfort from their very grief. He'd tell them that their brother dead when years have passed o'er their head, will be remembered with such holy, true, and perfect melancholy that ever this lost brother John will be their heart's companion. His voice they'll always hear, his face they'll always see. There's not in life so sweet as such a memory. Mr. and Mrs. Clarkson came to see us last week. I find it was at your request they sought us out. You cannot think how glad we were to see them, so little as we have ever seen of them, yet they seem to us like very old friends. Poor Mrs. Clarkson looks very ill indeed. She walked near a mile and came up our high stairs, which fatigued her very much. But when she had sat a while, her own natural countenance, with which she cheered us in your little cottage, seemed to return to her, and then I began to have hopes she would get the better of her complaint. Charles does not think she is so much altered as I do. I wish he may be the better judge. We talked of nothing but you. She means to try to get leave of Dr. Beddoes to come and see you. Her heart is with you, and I do not think it would hurt her so much to come to you as it would distress you to see her so ill. She read me a part of your letter, wherein you so kindly express your wishes that we would come and see you this summer. I wish we could, for I am sure it would be a blessed thing for you, and for us to be a few weeks together. I fear it must not be. Mrs. Clarkson is to be in town again in a fortnight, and then they have promised we shall see more of them. I am very sorry for the poor little Dorothy's illness. I hope soon to hear she is perfectly recovered. Remember me with affection to your brother and your good sister. What a providence it is that your brother and you have this kind friend, and these dear little ones. I rejoice with her, and with you that your brother is employed upon his poem again. Pray remember us to old Molly. Mrs. Clarkson says her house is a pattern of neatness to all her neighbors. Such good ways she learnt of mistress. How well I remember the shining ornaments of her kitchen and her old friendly face, not the least ornamental part of it. Excuse the haste I write in. I am unexpectedly to go out to dinner, else I think I have much more to say, but I will not put it off till next post, because you so kindly say I must not write if I feel unwilling. You do not know what very great joy I have in being again writing to you. Thank you for sending the letter of Mr. Evans. It was a very kind one. Have you received one from a Cornet Bergen? My brother wrote to him and desires he would direct his answer to your brother. God bless you and yours, my dear friend. I am yours affectionately, M. Lamb. Dr. Beddoes, who is attending Mrs. Clarkson, would be, I suppose, Thomas Beddoes of Clifton, 1760–1808, the father of Thomas Lovell Beddoes and a friend of Coleridge and Southey. In a letter from Dorothy Wordsworth to Mrs. Clarkson, dated April 19, 1805, recently printed by Mr. Hale White in the Athenaeum, we read, I have great pleasure in thinking that you may see Miss Lamb. Do not miss it if you can possibly go without injury to yourself. They are the best good creatures, blessings be with them. They have sympathized in our sorrow as tenderly as if they had grown up in the same town with us and known our beloved John from his childhood. Charles has written to us the most consolatory letters, the result of diligent and painful inquiry of the survivors of the wreck. For this, we must love him as long as we have breath. I think of him and his sister every day of my life, and many times in the day with thankfulness and blessings. Talk to dear Miss Lamb about coming into this country, and let us hear what she says of it. I cannot express how much we all wish to see her and her brother while we are at Grasmere. We look forward to Coleridge's return with fear and painful hope, but indeed I dare not look to it. I think as little as I can of him.